How could Biden do this? Praying for everyone in the Middle East. Why are so many wars breaking out under the Biden administration? It's odd. I know, like, we've never had any before, and then now this guy's in office, and now we've got wars. Thanks. If anyone sees these on the shelf in your local grocery or convenience stores, don't buy them. They're cans of carbonated and flavored water. If you check their website, they market how they place a curse in every can and boast of the many customers who sold their souls to their company. Not that anyone can actually sell their soul. Seriously, check the website. I've seen this product everywhere I've been this last year. Mariano's, Jewel, Whole Foods, Ace Hardware, pictured below, Kroger's, etc. Curses are not to be taken lightly. I know I sound insane, but who's actually insane? The one warning about it or the one marketing it openly? Just stay away from these products, or if you have them in your homes, dispose of them. Elon Musk. Yeah, if someone is keen to have fewer humans on Earth, they should start with themselves. Hey, practice what you preach, man. How to win any court case. A little bit more on the method. The court method in court. This is the iteration method when facing any action in one of their courts. You make these 3 iterations as your only replies. Your Honor, for and on the record of this court, I am a living man, the blood flows and the flesh lives, and I wish for remedy. He will have to get up and leave the courtroom when he comes back. 2. Your Honor, just to reiterate, for and on the record of this court, I am a living man, the blood flows and the flesh lives, and I wish for cure and relief. He will have to exit again or dismiss outright. Most judges will dismiss at this point rather than risk the consequences of a final confrontation, but if he comes back a 3rd time, you reiterate. 3. Your Honor, to reiterate, for and on the record of this court, I am a living man, the blood flows and the flesh lives, and we are autonomous. Nothing stands between myself and the divine creator of all that is. And there is the final end of the nightmare. He has no further recourse, no other jurisdiction to exercise, and he has to exit permanently. That is estoppel through either concealment or silence, which means it's time for the best bit. You then hand the clerk your bill of particulars, which presents your fees with bank details. Update. It is all important as to whom, not a what. You charge your fees against, you must hit the man-woman who is acting in the capacity of a what as a clerk of the court, judge, prosecutor, or whomever. Just make sure it's a living flesh and blood man, male, female. The CPS may try to set up another case and the clerk may attempt to sign another judge, but running afoul in canon law leaves them liable for all they do. Who knew you could get away with any crime by just saying 3 little phrases? Woman sees her daughters as wombs to be given to the Lord. Did you know what I wanted, sons? I have never been a girl's girl. I had mostly guy friends growing up. I've never been super emotional. I never desired being a mom. So when God gave me 7 daughters, I was shocked. When most people see my 7 daughters, they pity me. They see 7 weddings to pay for, 7 periods, 7 hormonal time bombs, 7 financial burdens, 7 heads of hair to do, 7 sets of emotions, 7 dreams queens. But God's given me his eyes. I see 7 beautiful daughters of a king, 7 future faithful wives, 7 wombs to be given to the Lord, 7 good stewards of the Lord, 7 empathetic, emotionally healthy girls, 7 future besties, and 7 heads full of favor and covered in anointing. God's given me the honor of a ministry of the womb, and I'm so excited to share all of his wisdom with my daughters as they raise future generations for the Lord. No, I won't force it on them. They already see the joy and honor of it. I'm forever grateful that he knows best. I couldn't have planned better daughters. I'm highly blessed and can't wait to see these 7 beautiful daughters cheer each other on, be each other's greatest support, and be the best friends they never knew they needed. What a blessing a sibling is. I'm so happy for them to have so many hearts to do life with. It's been decades since anyone has heard about Denzel since he was blacklisted. Love this guy. Probably why Hollywood blacklisted him. He came out loving Jesus. Everyone knows the people that run Hollywood don't believe in Jesus, and when actors support him, they get vicious. I'd rather stand with God and be condemned by the world than to stand with the world and be condemned by God. Denzel Washington. One goddamn Google search shows that Denzel is still doing movies, and in Hollywood. He's not been blacklisted, at least I'm pretty sure. Transvestigators are crazy. Margot Robbie is trending. This is a dude. You can see that, right? Yeah, if Margot Robbie is a dude, then I got big news for my family this Thanksgiving. When your car stops halfway home because the chip inside detected that you have used your monthly allowance of gasoline, remember that it started with a mask and a shot, and you complied. Shut the fuck up. Why even ask if you're gonna deny the answer? What happened to his slow, incoherent speech? He had a stroke that affected his ability to speak. He has recovered from the stroke and recovered his speaking ability. No, he didn't. Fascism isn't real. It's a made-up term for liberals to distance themselves from their crimes. Fascism is just a radical liberalism. Name a single thing fascists did that liberals haven't done. ND senator who called for long-term mRNA damage study killed in freak plane crash. I love paying hidden service fees. He's so embarrassing. Concert tickets are hard enough to get. You shouldn't have to pay surprise service fees on top of that. My administration is working to crack down on those junk fees, so you know what you are paying for up front. Yeah, embarrassing is an understatement. I hate when people try to save me money. Also, yeah, can we please get rid of online convenience fees? Like, what does that even mean? Everyone uses it online now. My team is going to try to keep companies from ripping you off. How dare you? Somebody make it make sense. Tell me you've never been up close to a woman without telling me you've never been up close to a woman. This dude will go first. Can you explain to me why the hell Alloy has a beard? Why do they care so much, and why is Elon pushing this shit into my notifications? I caught some heavy news today. My son has decided to share with me that he's actually a pirate. He's known since he was 9. I've decided that we will consult with a surgeon in the morning to see what options we have going forward. One leg and one eye must go so he can feel like he was born in the right body. I must respect his choices. Just kidding, I kicked him in the shin, poked him in the eye, and asked if he was sure about that. No tiny humans were harmed in the making of this tweet. So like, was that like a joke? What's the punchline? I ate a banana earlier and an apple tonight. I am very worried that it could literally kill me. My body has never had fruit or vegetables, and I fear it will not handle them well. I've had fewer than 25 servings of fruit and fewer than 25 servings of vegetables the last 25 years. I wanted to try and make a small change as I am not getting where I want to be. I did have a ribeye steak tonight. It didn't taste as good after the apple. I want to look like I am 22 years old again. My dating range is like 19 to 23-year-olds. It has been a drought the last 3 years for Ed Blank. I also bought about 6 grapes that I haven't eaten yet. What's the point of this post? Oh, I ate fruit tonight and it made me feel like shit. I mean, are you looking for sympathy? You trying to find someone to date? I don't get it. You mentioned your dating range. I don't know, man. If I charge, follow me. If I retreat, kill me. If I die, avenge me. This is the code I live by. If you have a problem with it, unfollow me. Every enemy's worst fear. Every daughter's wet dream. From cradle to the grave. I'm a living nightmare. I'm a United States Marine. True story. I just got back from a party. A female at my job apparently doesn't have friends, invited all her coworkers, including me, to a house gathering. She kept pushing me to go to her party because she knew I was an introvert. We all went. There were 15 females and 4 guys at the party. The whole time I was playing my iPad game Risk. The other guys were just talking to other guys about the game. Not one of us tried to hook up with any chick. All the females sat and just watched us guys doing our own thing. One of the females said, "This party is lame." I smiled to myself. I left early though. She really wanted a crazy party. Too bad. This was today. I'm mentioning this because a lot of men are no longer waking up. They are awake. 2020s is truly the age of MGTOW, whatever the hell that means. Any similar experience? Hashtag red pill, hashtag passport bros, hashtag men lives matter, hashtag sigma male. This dude just basically said, hey everyone, don't invite me to your parties because I call women females, and also I don't actually participate in the party and I just play a fucking video game. Like, what? Can't imagine anything gayer than 2 men in a car. Drive alone or with a woman. Are you really that insecure with your masculinity? Are you that scared of being gay? Oh, I've already had enough. I'm sick of Taylor Swift. So you wrote an article about her. It's not rocket science. This is the design that an airplane needs to reach a top speed of Mach 3.2. So if you believe this thing is able to reach a maximum speed of Mach 23, you are not thinking clearly. Despite my hesitation, I decided to take the girls to our local library and let them peruse. Well, I won't be doing that again unless some major changes happen at Scottsboro Public Library. Blank wanted to pick out a book to practice reading this week, and like any child her age, picked one out that was on display in the children's section and had a fun cover image. Here's the child's book. absolutely terrible. John Lennon, imagine. What is the problem with it? It's a bird. It's a bird on a book. What's the issue? How would libertarian libraries work? Easy. You go to cheap private school and you steal. So I'm a libertarian. I would prefer we didn't have taxpayer libraries in the first place, then we wouldn't have this problem. How would libraries exist? Either they'd be private, or we would just have bookstores, or ebooks, or the internet. Growing up, my dad took me to the bookstore in the mall every Saturday, and I would often spend hours in there. 99% of the time, we didn't buy anything. Never needed a taxpayer library, not to mention my private school, which wasn't even $300 a month, would provide anything I needed for it. Nowadays, there's YouTube and other things for everything. I just switched careers to software development, using it and other online tools for free or cheap. You don't need daddy government to provide a library. Edit, there are also several municipalities that contract library services to private companies like they do with other public services or utilities like trash pickup, lights, water, etc. Of course, this isn't ideal either because it's still a government-sanctioned monopoly and controlled by the government. Foreign languages are hard. Joe Biden's social team is so incompetent they can't even spell Zelensky's name right. I'm sure it's spelled correctly on that $325 million check. Slavic women's last names almost always end with an A. I'm concerned for my mom. If you believe in the science of masks, but not the science of life beginning at conception, then you do not believe in science. You believe in a political ideology. Anyone feeling late-stage empire vibes? Watching the Roman Empire collapse again, but with Wi-Fi and memes this time. They're coming for IVF. What do you or your faith tradition think of IVF? Is IVF a sin? Why or why not? Also name your faith group if you'd like. Biggest concern for those of us who are pro-life is that IVF usually results in multiple eggs being fertilized and the leftovers being destroyed. To many of us, that is murder. Science is neat. Adoption is beautiful. That's not how evolution works. It's not evolution, it's theory of evolution. On one hand, they say it took millions of years to evolve from one to another, but can't accept if we accept their theory, women also come under evolution. There's no human on Earth who's million years old. Why am I saying that? It's because if we accept this theory, man require millions of years to evolve into women, and because no human man is this million old, so evolution of man into women can never happen. Even if it happens, one species requires its female male to produce children. You know, maybe Twitter shouldn't be a free service. Republican politicians scared of young voters and Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is going to mess up this whole election. The Democrats view this one as too important. She has gotten 2 million kids to register in the last couple of weeks. She'll be talking them into voting D at some point later in time. It's entirely sad that anyone cares for who this woman tells them to vote for. I wouldn't take her recommendation on a restaurant, let alone president of the greatest country in the world. Republican moms should be refusing to pay for her indoctrination of their children via concerts and merch. Actually, they should have done so a long time ago. I have never and will never give this far leftist a dime. So funny how when, like, a big popular figure tells people, hey, you have a voice, go register to vote, you know, you can change things, they get so scared. If there's anything they don't want, it's the young people getting the old out. So he now knows more than Lockheed Martin and Boeing when it comes to designing aircraft. On numerous occasions, I told the Air Force and Lockheed Martin that the F-35 fighter jet is, in effect, defective because it only has one engine. They told me that the engine is so good and reliable that it will never break down. I said that's not possible. Everything breaks down at one time or another. Just look at crooked Joe Biden. You need redundancy, you need 2 engines. No high-cost modern-day plane should have only one engine. Well, an F-35 fell out of the sky yesterday. Here we go again. I also recommended to bad maintenance Boeing that they should not lengthen the unattractive, fat, and slow 737 to get a larger plane. They should go instead to an updated, fast, beautiful, and sleek 757, the praying mantis. It is commercial pilots' favorite plane to fly. Had they listened to me years ago, they wouldn't have had the disaster known as the 737 MAX. Those 2 horrible tragedies would have never happened. As they say, Trump was right about everything. Thank you. Man, you know someone's a psychopath when they say, well, as they say, I'm right all the time. I am the chosen one. Kels kneeled for the anthem in 2017, endorses Pfizer and Bud Light, and dates Taylor Swift. Pretty soon, he will be doing a podcast with Kaepernick, asking reporters to refer to him as he, him, and throwing a Super Bowl watch party with Dylan Mulvaney. Dude is a woke clown, and you sound like you're obsessed with him. Man, a lot of right-wing white dudes that look like Travis are mad as hell because Travis doesn't act like they do. This may be the most batshit account. Salma Hayek, arrested, military tribunal, executed, crimes against humanity, Androchrome, age 36 years old through 52 years old. Hashtag the storm has arrived. What the fuck are you talking about? What? She has since deleted this. To all those preparing for the solemn day of Yom Kippur, I wish you a meaningful fast. Gamar Kazuma Tova. Ah yes, the Chanukya that we definitely light on Yom Kippur. Definitely. Apologies if I said any of that wrong, by the way. Old and busted, flat earth, new hotness, super giant ancient trees. Super giant ancient trees are so fun to think about. I really like the idea that trees used to be huge and the trees we have now are just little moss leaflets. Now imagine the size of the being who cut it down and left the petrified tree stump. Seatbelts are for the woke! And somehow we did it with two-wheel rear drive, no anti-lock brakes, non-positraction, no traction control on bias ply tires vehicles, and it was no big deal until people got killed and injured, and we just realized, hey, maybe this shit isn't safe. The street lights make the lucifrays in your veins slightly glow. What's with the new eerie blue lights they are replacing instead of the old yellow ones in blank BC? It has to do with luciferase that's in the jabs. You can literally see it in people's veins. Wow, so if a jabbed person stands under there, will I see anything? You'll see their veins slightly glow because the jab has luciferase. These purple lights have been popping up all over North America, and they claim they're purple due to defective LEDs, which is pure horseshit. As a person who has used LED lights for years, I can tell you that's not how they work. If an LED is defective, it glows less bright. They don't change color. These purple lights are intentionally installed. I think it has to do with 5G. Jesus Christ, are we still on that? I've seen various theories, including the ability to see luciferase in the jabbed. This lights work with 5G. They have microphones and 360-degree facial recognition technology. They can also detect a lot more. They're starting to install them in my town. Your township will tell you they're a manufacturing defect. Do not believe that. So they can see who's vaxxed. They glow under these lights. Luciferase, SP detectors, jabs, and 5G is what I've heard. They are black lights to see if you've been needles. So the luciferase is visible. Those COVID test swabs shoved it in. Maybe the mark of the beast in the forehead, perhaps. I'm getting a fucking migraine reading this shit. It blows my mind that there are this many people who are just... It's like a circle jerk of, like, making it up because it's fun, I guess? If it is a secret, how do they have all these numbers? New, Biden's DHS has a secret program allowing illegal migrants to choose from 43 US cities via an app, purchase airline tickets, and arrive discreetly on ghost flights directly from their native countries. Over 210,000 foreign nationals have been processed since January via the CBP-1 app. Come volunteer for first 5 hours and then we'll talk from there. Crumble cookies. Blank is hiring urgently for our overnight shift. Start as early as tonight if you're available. 12 a.m. to 5 a.m., $18 hourly, Monday through Friday, Saturday night off. Responsibilities: prep baked items for the morning crew, clean various surfaces and stations, take out the trash, vacuum and mop the floor. Please note that before you are officially hired, you must complete a trial shift. A trial shift is an unpaid shift where we assess if you can do the job, and also a chance for you to see what this shift entails. Once the shift is over, you can then tell me if you want the job or not. This hiring model was created to avoid going the various paperwork stages and required training, just to realize at the end of it all that you don't want the job, wasting my time and yours. So if you really want to work this shift, come volunteer first for 5 hours and then we'll talk from there. Sounds to me like you're a lazy fucking employer who also doesn't care about their employees, so like why would anyone want to do anything for you? Take that fist and shove it. Chiefs game wasn't first Taylor Swift Travis Kelce date, very private. Is Taylor Swift perhaps a trans agent placed by LGBT government? Old woman on left would be perfect companion for a gay. What the fuck are you talking about? They are literally writing gay fanfic and they don't even know. Yeah, like what the hell is the LGBT government? I have a lot of LGBTQ plus friends, and I've never heard of this government. Oh, what? These people are insane. Yup. What rhymes with climate change? Bullshit. That doesn't rhyme, you moron. I'm not sure what point he is trying to make. So I hate political posts. Yeah, so you're gonna make one. But went down the online rabbit hole early today. Between Obama and Biden, they have appointed 57 four-star generals. For perspective, there have only been 256 four-star generals in all of U.S. history. Since George Washington, yes, he was the first, only became a five-star posthumously. The father of USA was dead when he became a 5. Let that sit for an active abuse of power. Do men like this seriously exist? Say what you want, but I've never had to pay to piss in Canada or the US. What if they poop in it? Women can't differentiate what's coming when they start pushing, as far as I know. Only men have it separated. What are you talking? What? I need context. I don't even know if that would help, but they can kiss my GA peach. All they will hear through my unopened front door is show me a warrant, and if you don't have one, please put all correspondence in writing. You already have my email. FJB. Breaking. Biden has ordered the FBI to make unannounced home visits to Trump supporters nationwide. Over 100,000 such knock and talk visits have occurred. The FBI agents say you haven't done anything wrong yet. We just want to talk. Is this a form of voter intimidation? I'm gonna go ahead and assume that that's not happening.